Imagine a life perfectly planned, every day a comforting repeat. That was Ava's world until a month-long trip shattered her routine. This is her story of facing fear, embracing the unknown, and discovering where true growth really begins. Prepare to be inspired. You'll learn why discomfort might just be the key to unlocking your own potential. Ava loved her life. It was a peaceful, quiet existence in a small town where everything had its place. Her days were as predictable as the ticking of a clock, each moment a comforting echo of the one before. For 20 years, Ava's world had been a haven of order. Her cottage was perfectly arranged, her garden impeccably maintained, and her routines unwavering. Safety wrapped around her like a warm, familiar blanket. One morning, the world she knew tilted on its axis. Ava's company announced a mandatory month-long project transfer to a bustling foreign city, a place completely unlike her quiet town. The news hit her like a thunderclap. Leaving her familiar world for a place where she didn't speak the language filled her with a dread she had never known. Fear squeezed her chest. The thought of navigating unknown streets, facing strangers, and tackling new challenges left her trembling. The first week was a harsh storm of loneliness and confusion. Every step outside her temporary apartment felt like stepping into a whirlwind. Signs made no sense. Conversations flew past her like a rapid river. She stumbled over words, lost her way countless times, and felt completely alone. The comfort she had taken for granted was gone, replaced by a gnawing unease. She longed for the quiet predictability of home. On the 8th day, hunger drove her outside. She found a street vendor selling fragrant dumplings and hesitantly stepped forward. When the vendor spoke to her in the unknown tongue, Ava froze, unsure of what to do. Communication seemed impossible. Determined, Ava pulled out a translation app, typing in her order. Her pronunciation was awkward, the interaction clumsy. Instead of frustration, the elderly woman smiled warmly and handed her an extra dumpling as a gift. In that simple act of kindness, something inside Ava shifted. The walls of fear cracked just a little, allowing light to seep through. She realized that discomfort was no longer something to be feared, but a doorway. Since she had already stepped into uncertainty, why not lean into it fully? From that day on, Ava began to explore. She wandered the bustling markets, purposefully losing herself in the city's maze-like streets. She sampled unfamiliar foods, sometimes messing up her orders, but laughing at her mistakes. She learned a few phrases and used them with locals, feeling a rush of connection despite her stumbles. Each challenge, though uncomfortable, filled her with a new kind of energy, a thrill that grew stronger every day. She visited museums, explored parks, and even attended a local festival, immersing herself in the city's culture and tradition. Ava discovered hidden cafes, quiet gardens, and breathtaking views. each experience adding a new layer to her understanding of the world. She learned to navigate the city's complex public transportation system, mastering the subway, buses, and even the occasional taxi ride. She volunteered at a local community center, helping to teach English to new immigrants. Ava made new friends, connecting with people from all walks of life and learning about their cultures and experiences. When the month ended, Ava returned to her little cottage. Its familiar walls welcomed her, but with a new perspective. What had once felt like safety now seemed like a cage. She understood that true growth does not blossom within the cozy lines we draw around ourselves. It grows out of discomfort, stepping into the unknown and trusting that we can stretch beyond the safe and familiar. Journey showed her that the real magic happens when we dare to be uncomfortable. And with that lesson, she opened her heart to a life full of endless possibility. From that day on, Ava embraced every challenge and opportunity that came her way, knowing that each experience would help her grow and evolve. Ava's life was no longer predictable, but it was full of joy, purpose, and endless possibilities.